At age 25, I had a profound realization that permanently altered the entire trajectory of my life. It was a seemingly simple philosophy, yet one with remarkable depth and power once I fully embraced it. This philosophy taught me to work harder on developing myself than I did on any job or career. And let me be clear, there's nothing inherently wrong with working hard at your job or profession. Making an honest living to support yourself and your loved ones is honorable and necessary. But if that's where your hard work begins and ends, you're massively selling yourself short in this world of unlimited opportunity. You're leaving an absolute fortune on the table in terms of your true earnings potential and life's manifested abundance. The philosophy that changed everything for me was understanding that sustainable wealth, the kind that transcends generations and creates a legacy, can only be achieved by working diligently on your own perpetual growth and development as a human being. Let me encapsulate it this way. Success is something you attract by becoming an extraordinarily valuable and attractive person. It's not something you furiously chase or pursue through sheer hustle and outward grind alone. These are natural outcomes and byproducts that are magnetized toward you when you relentlessly develop and amplify your own individual worth, value, and human capabilities. The field of personal development and self-improvement lays the groundwork for this truth. You quite literally can have more than you've got because you can purposefully become more than you currently are. It's not just some spiritual mumbo-jumbo, but an unwavering universal principle that governs life's realities. If you can multiply your skills, knowledge, emotional intelligence, mindset mastery, and overall value as a person by 3 or 5 times what it currently is, you can absolutely mirror the elevated growth in your income, net worth, business success, or any other material achievement you desire. But the kicker is, the hardest work lies not in your career, but in the often uncomfortable inner work of constant, diligent self-evaluation and growth. It's laboring over your mindsets, habits, blind spots, coping mechanisms, maladaptive behaviors, stumbling blocks, areas of self-doubt or self-sabotage. It's perpetually surveying your life and dusting off all the psychological artifacts and emotional debris holding you back from being more. That kind of psychology of mirror gazing isn't always pretty. There's nothing inherently fun or glamorous about confronting your anxieties, insecurities, self-limiting beliefs, and areas in need of radical improvement. We'd often rather avoid doing that brutally honest inner work because it can make us feel vulnerable, inadequate, and flawed. It's much easier to stay consumed with the mere motions and busyness of career and outward pursuits. Yet that difficult inner work of emotional mastery, mindset restructuring, habit building, skill acquisition, and continual growth is ultimately what separates those who achieve extraordinary wealth and success from those who settle for meager rewards. It's what allows some individuals to effortlessly attract the opportunities, relationships, resources, and windfall circumstances that forever elude others. You see, the world's abundance, its vast wealth, resources, privileges, experiences, and luxuries aren't randomly or arbitrarily distributed. Every individual's respective slice is a mere reflection of the value, disciplined habits, behaviors, and consciousness that they themselves embody and represent. The universe is fundamentally abundant and overflowing with more than enough for everyone to be emphatically enriched. But the flow of that enrichment is governed by immutable spiritual laws of attraction, embodiment, and remaining in rigid personal alignment. When you take radical responsibility for elevating your mindsets, emotions, habits, skills, and human value through purposeful personal growth work, you become highly attractive and magnetic to all of the world's generative force. You're vibrating at a higher frequency, consciously attracting opportunities, resources, and people on those rarefied wavelengths of abundant living. But when you are misaligned, stuck in lower emotional states, imprisoned by disempowering beliefs, enslaved to weak, uncontrolled habits, kept by your own limited skills and capabilities, you're attracting the realities and experiences that are harmonically resonant with those diminished personal convictions. The universal forces of abundance can't help but provide you the results that match your own vibrational offering. That's why the inner work of upgrading your human value is non-negotiable for those who want more than a life of mere subsistence and scarcity existence. My first mentor taught me something incredibly insightful about the nature of human being. He said, listen, the world is mostly full of really good, decent, kind-hearted people. There's only about 11 or 12 truly miserable, nasty, horrible people in the entire world. The catch is that those 11 or 12 toxic individuals move around a lot. So you're bound to encounter one every now and then. But if you ever find yourself face to face with one of those negative souls, just smile and keep perspective. There's only 11 more like them I might have to deal with. I can handle that small number because the rest of the world is mostly filled with good people just trying to live a good life. His point was that you can't let the seemingly endless parade of negativity, criticism, and discouragement from others derail your own self-belief and forward momentum. The truth is that most people aren't actively trying to undermine you or your dreams. They're just living out their own consciousness and personal frequency. The few outliers and crabs that do try to spread their misery are vastly outnumbered by the good-hearted masses. So don't falter over them. Smile at their small number, retrench in your inspired self-development work, and keep graduating into your highest self. Because that's ultimately what this endeavor of personal growth is about. An infinite progression of constant becoming, of shedding limiting identities and self-imposed ceilings, of stripping away layers of doubt, fear, inhibition, and scarcity programmings that were instilled in you from birth, of rewiring your psychology and mindsets to harmonize with the universe's abundant energies, of strengthening your emotional mastery so that fleeting feelings and circumstances are unable to derail you, and of increasing your value through learning new skills, capabilities, languages, perspectives, and multidisciplinary knowledge so that you remain remarkably competitive and potently magnetic. When you relentlessly apply yourself to doing this transformative inner work, developing yourself holistically in mind, body, and spirit, you become an opportunity magnet. A little like cosmic retaliation, where the very energies you properly cultivate then cannot help but amplify and mirror your sovereign growth back to your experiential reality. Whether it's magnetizing wealth, deep soulful partnerships, ideal business arrangements, dream living environments, nurturing communities, a deeply felt sense of life's magic and synchronicity. These become the natural byproducts of your steadfast elevation. And the more you exponentially increase your own value, skills, and capabilities as a human being, the more your external rewards expand in perfect lockstep over a long enough timeline. That's the core philosophy I absorbed that forever changed my life. So for you, if you've been feeling stuck, trapped, stagnant, or like abundant prosperity is eluding you, don't look outwardly with resentment. Look inwardly through the honest lens of radical self-responsibility. Audit your beliefs, habits, limiting stories, mindset, skills, and overall value. Ask yourself if you've genuinely been doing the integrous inner work of personal growth that needs to occur for you to become a powerful creator attracting remarkable results. Or have you been waiting for external circumstances to shift while your inner condition remains unconsciously stagnant? Do you realize there is room for growth and personal upgrades? Lean in fully. Don't make any more painful underinvestments in your self-actualization and human blooming. As you purposefully elevate, the cosmic forces have no choice but to reorganize your manifestation of reality into something grander, more beautiful, abundant, and richly rewarding. Your degrees of inner work always determine your degrees of outstanding outer results. So embrace the empowering philosophy of working harder on yourself than any singular job or task. Stay tenaciously committed to developing an infinite multitude of disciplines, capabilities, mindsets, and perspectives that astronomically increase your worth and value. And watch in awe as the world's bounties and treasures effortlessly spiral towards you, conspiring in orchestrated abundance to joyously reward your tireless journey of upward personal growth. There is no greater investment than the one you continuously make on your evolution and emergence as a fully embodied human being. Make that heroic commitment, and Providence will tirelessly construct the opulent experiences and richly woven outcomes your spirit joyously craves. That is the simple yet life-changing philosophy I took to heart all those years ago. And it's been showering me with blessings of abundance ever. As I contemplate this life-altering philosophy, more deeply I'm struck by just how radically it reshapes one's perspective on what constitutes a wise investment of your time, energy, and resources. From an early age, we're conditioned that investing means putting money into financial vehicles, stocks, bonds, real estate, business ventures, etc. And certainly being financially literate and building wealth portfolios has its importance. But the greatest investment you'll ever make doesn't lie in any particular asset class or economic opportunity. The greatest investment that will yield compounding rewards beyond your wildest dreams is the continual investment you make in your own perpetual self-actualization and human blossoming. Think about it. Every domain of material abundance, whether it's wealth, business success, professional achievement, ideal living conditions, nurturing relationships, all of it is merely a lagging byproduct that follows your individual frequency and overall value quotient as a person. The upfront work is not in pursuing or chasing those desired outcomes through sheer physical effort and hustle alone. The real work lies in your commitment to diligent inner growth day after day, year over year. That's where you invest your time, emotional energy, financial resources, in the arduous yet spiritually rewarding undertaking of elevating your mindsets, habits, emotional fortitude, skills, knowledge, wisdom, multifaceted capabilities, and ultimately your human value. As you make those sovereign investments in authentic self-mastery, the outer manifestations of abundance are magnetized to you by the universe's immutable laws of consciousness attraction. This level of investment is not just about taking courses, reading books, or accumulating surface-level information, though those can be useful inputs. It's about doing the excavatory inner work to extract your most empowered mindsets from the rubble of limiting beliefs, self-doubts, fears, anxieties, and scarcity programmings you've subconsciously absorbed over your lifetime. It's retraining your psychology and habits to operate from a stance of radical self-responsibility instead of embedding yourself in narratives of victimhood or disempowerment. Seeing yourself not as a small, bounded being at the mercy of external circumstances, but as a powerful sovereign creator whose vibration molds and shapes the malleable circumstances around you. It's progressively installing new unconscious behaviors and elevating your baseline frequency to harmonize with the abundant, generative flow of the universe itself. And it's just as much about expanding your concrete toolkit of value additive skills and capabilities that allow you to operate at exponentially higher levels, learning new languages to communicate across cultures, absorbing knowledge from multiple academic disciplines to connect insights others can't see, studying everything from neuroscience to emotional intelligence to negotiation to blockchain technologies and beyond. Your formal and informal education never stops as you invest in being the most comprehensive and capable version of yourself possible. This multidimensional inner work and knowledge expansion, imbued with a consciousness shift into radical self-ownership and creative sovereignty, is what separates those who attract wealth, resources, privileges, and luxuries with seeming ease from those who seem to repel abundance, no matter how briskly they chase it. The latter group underinvests in their greatest assets, their own human capital and holistic value. They neglect that outer results are mere mirrors, reflections of their own personal convictions and self-embodied frequency. They try to pursue successes that their present selves can't energetically harmonize with yet. While the former goes all in, realizing that the greatest investment that will redundantly populate their experience with win after win is what they diligently pour into elevating their mindsets, habits, skills, and overall human value through tireless personal growth. Everything radiates outward from that point of sovereign inner work. Investing deeply there, along with patience and grace for the integration periods, places them in philosophical and vibrational alignment with life's generative ebb and flow. So I ask you to assess, where are you overinvesting? In society's permissible yet limiting pursuits of accumulating more innocuous stuff, accomplishments, accolades, cheap pleasures, and ego-bolstering checklist items, while tragically underinvesting in the areas that would restructure your entire energetic promises and upgrade your magnetic offering to the field of infinite abundance. We've been taught to orient our investment priorities inversely to how they'd best serve our sustainable flourishing, to be consumed chasing the lagging outcomes instead of investing wholeheartedly in the greatest driver of results, which is continual self-mastery and applied consciousness work. So I invite you to realign your investments today, to get brutally honest about your self-imposed ceilings, areas of lack, limiting beliefs, blind spots, unproductive tendencies, and unconscious pathos holding you in patterns of underachievement and scarcity attachment. To invest in unearthing your most divine empowered self, mindsets, emotional mastery, skills, knowledge, and overall worth. Pour your resources there without reservation or limit. For that is the greatest investment you'll ever make, one that will unsparingly populate your life's script with extraordinary wealth, richly woven experiences, intimate connections, and outcomes gloriously tailored to your greatest joy and flourishing. An investment in perpetually upgrading your human value and capacities through championing your courageous emergence. One that the very universe is mandated to infinitely reward with the abundant benedictions you've always dreamed of and deserved. Now I'm about to share one of the most important philosophies you can embrace to transform your life in the most profound way. It's so simple, yet most people completely miss it. Are you ready? The greatest investment you'll ever make is the one you continually put into yourself and your own growth. We're always told that investing means putting money into stocks, real estate, businesses, etc. And sure, building wealth is great. But where you need to go all in is investing in your own self-development as a human being. That is the investment that will pay dividends beyond your wildest dreams. You see, all the things you ultimately want, whether it's riches, success, dream lifestyle, fulfilling relationships, those are just the byproducts. The cause that creates those effects is the personal work you do to elevate your mindset, emotional mastery, skills, knowledge, and overall value as an individual. The universe isn't just handing out the goods at random. What you attract is always a direct mirror of the energy and consciousness you yourself are offering and embodying. When you invest deeply in yourself through persistent personal growth, you literally start vibrating at a higher frequency. You become magnetic to life's greatest abundance. But when you stagnate and underinvest in mastering your mindset, upgrading your abilities and human value, you're sending out a frequency of lack and limitation. And what you'll experience is directly aligned with that lower consciousness you're embodying and creating from. The trick is to go all in on the inner work, to elevate yourself. Read voraciously to expand your knowledge. Practice regulating your mind and emotions to operate with calm confidence. Prototype empowering beliefs that reinforce your worth. Keep stacking skills and capabilities to increase your value. Never stop climbing to your greatest version. At first, it's a grind and you may not see major results, but stick with that committed investment into your growth over years and decades, and the universe has no choice but to abundantly reward you. You'll experience true fulfillment and an avalanche of opportunities, relationships, and creative flows. Once you've energetically aligned with those highest frequencies through your compounded work on yourself. The masses are perpetually investing in distractions, quick fixes and dead ends that only reinforce their smallness. But you can blaze a new trail by going all in on your own emergence as an extraordinarily conscious and capable human being. Make that philosophical commitment from today. Invest wholeheartedly into excavating your most empowered mindsets and beliefs. Invest relentlessly into absorbing knowledge and game-changing skills. Invest everything into strengthening your emotional mastery and resiliency. For that greatest investment into amplifying your fullest human potential will ensure life's grandest treasures and richest experiences manifest in a tidal wave of abundance, personalized perfectly for your supreme becoming. Don't chase the symbols of wealth and success. Invest in crafting the masterpiece that is your sovereign self. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Channel all your resources there, and the universe will ceremoniously adorn you with its ravishing prosperity as a celebration of your triumph and emergence. That's a universal promise you can take to the bank. Now, I want you to marinate on this simple yet profound philosophy. Ingrain it onto your mind and make it your personal creed to live by. The greatest investment you'll ever make is the continual investment into yourself. Your mindset, emotional mastery, skills, knowledge, overall human value, and conscious evolution. Too many people get caught in the rat race, investing precious years, chasing the symbols of success and wealth without ever doing the inner work to become someone worthy of abundance in the first place. They remain in a perpetual state of underachievement and scarcity because their self-investments are misaligned. But you now have the sacred wisdom to blaze a different trail, one where you prioritize diligent, continual self-investment over any other pursuit, or cultivating yourself as an extraordinarily conscious, emotionally resilient, highly skilled, and abundantly knowledgeable human becomes your life's greatest mission. Approach this mission with a sense of unwavering devotion. Be relentlessly committed to continual growth, perpetually upgrading your mindsets, beliefs, habits, and capabilities year after year. For it's that compounded investment over decades that gradually phases you into a new stratosphere of being. Every year you out. Invest the masses into mastering your psychology, emotions, skills, and overall value as a person. You rise energetically to exist at a higher frequency. And at that heightened frequency, you become naturally magnetic to life's greatest treasures. Spiritual, material, experiential, that the universe is resigned to giving you. So foster patience, diligence, and persistence with this greatest investment. There will be tests, periods of being energetically reorganized, and cycles where your inner work isn't visibly bearing fruit. But don't be deterred. Those are merely the universe's respects paid before honoring you with your next milestone of abundance. For when you demonstrate an unbreakable, lifelong commitment to aggressively investing all your time, energy, and resources into substantively evolving the masterpiece that is your human beingness, the cosmic forces have no choice but to profusely adorn your life with experiences, relationships, creative overflows, and material provisions beyond your loftiest dreams. The greatest investments always show their returns eventually. So go all in on yourself from this day forward. Invest in excavating your most empowered mindsets, absorbing transformative knowledge, strengthening your consciousness and emotional genius while relentlessly upgrading your skills and capabilities. Do that greatest inner work, and you'll orchestrate a tidal wave of heavenly abundance lavishly personalized for your greatest flourishing. An unstoppable influx of supernatural providence honoring your heroic travels into more illuminated realms of being. That is the simple philosophy and path of the sublime attractor. Commit to being its eternally devoted student and diligent cultivator, and you'll be ceaselessly rewarded with a life's odyssey of legendary results, impacts, and richly woven experiences befitting your most glorious apotheosis